What's going on, family? Broken Prophet here. And listen, here is another short video in my is this traditional hoodoo or not series. I started to call this old school hoodoo or not. I don't know. Comment down below and let me know what you think a better title would be. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you guys something that is traditional versus something that is that's fairly new, but you may think is actually old school. And we're going to start with oils. We're going to play a little game right here. Which one is old school and which one is not? So I'm going to show you the first oil. Okay. I hide the label here. There's the first oil. Nothing in there. Okay. First oil. Here is the second oil. Okay. And again, along the same lines, you know, here's another one for the first oil. That's just a dirty bottle. Clear. It's a clear oil. Versus, there we go. All right. So here, we'll do this. Here's these oils versus these clear ones. Which ones are the traditional oil? The answer is probably going to shock a lot of you. The clear oils are actually the traditional oils. The clear oils come from a place called Rondo's Temple Sales in Atlanta, Georgia. Rondo's Temple Sales opened in 1944. They've been open 80 years. So if someone was 10 years old and started doing things their way, then that means they're what? They're 90 now. They're 90 now. I know a lot of you probably thought these were the traditional oils, mainly because they've got schmutz floating around in there. Let me tell you, that's only been going on for the last 20 years. Okay. The same marketeer out in Forestville, California, she kind of fancied herself a marketer, not a marketeer, a marketer. And she's real good at marketing. She decided, and sometimes I think that she was like looking at a bottle of Italian salad dressing. Remember how the Italian salad used to have all the bits floating around? She looked at a bottle of Italian salad dressing and said, you know what? What if I put bits in the oil that I sell? It'll make it look more rustic and old school. So that's what she started doing. And lo and behold, she started marketing those and selling them, and it caught on because it made people think that, oh, that looks so wholesome. It's the same type of thing that a lot of brands like in the grocery store will do. They'll just start putting chunks of stuff in stuff to make you think it's more wholesome and more rustic and whatnot, when in reality, the company that's been open 90 years, this is what their oils look like. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Well, I make a master bottle. So do I. This is an oil that I make, right? Now, if you look, there's chunks in there, right? But by the time it gets to you, this is what you get. Why? Because our ancestors were very thrifty people. You have to understand, there was no Amazon. There was no Wally World or anything like that. When you got a hold of some roots and herbs, you had to stretch them. You had to make them last. So when people made oils back in the day, they would strain the roots and the herbs out of it, set it in the windowsill, let it dry, right? And then they would grind it up and make powder from it. So that way you got two uses out of the roots and herbs. Sometimes, they would strain it out of here. They would boil it and make a bath and then dry it and make a powder. So they got multiple uses out of the roots and herbs. Remember, they couldn't just order more. And if they did, where did they get the money from? So they had to use it as many times as possible. It's just now we're in a very wasteful society that we can just, chunk stuff in there and leave it. But believe me, guys, that is marketing. It's only been going on since 2003. Realistically, most old school hoodoo companies like Rondo's that's been around since 1944, that's what you got. With me, that's what you get. And I always say, if you get one of my roots and herbs in my oil, send it back. I did not mean for you to get it. But again, there's nothing to say that this is wrong. It's just, if someone said, oh, my family's been doing this my whole, no. That only started in 2003. Before that, you never got that. But now everybody wants to do it. For some strange reason, I don't. Because I'm a traditionalist. I'm not saying it's my way is right and their way is wrong. I'm just saying this is old school and this is not. So now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Go Joe. What? Profit out, y'all.